I tense up at the sudden noise from my headphones that breaks the silence in my dorm room. It takes a while, but I adjust to the noise, letting the video play out with mild interest. My stomach growls harshly as she gets something to eat. From the basement, I glance at my clock. 3:06 a.m. About bedtime, Kyle, I think to myself. I roll over after laying my laptop aside and cover my tired eyes. Only more tired by the effects of the glare from a computer screen that has shone into them for hours. The covers are warm against me, and my roommate's steady breathing adds more white noise to the air conditioning unit above my bed. The air conditioner shuts off and the room is still. Even my roommate's breathing is too light for my sleep-deprived ears to pick up. It seems at night, silence breaks, even itself. So I lay there for God knows how long, listening. Science is good for that. I lay there and adjust to a more comfortable position, and as I get comfortable, I am brought back to alertness by the sudden noise of a few drunk kids in the hall coming back from a late-night party. They don't say anything abhorrent, just being extra loud like most of their kind. So I lay there listening to one complain about his girlfriend being whiny and another tell him how whipped he is. After the ramble calms, I close my eyes and attempt to sleep again, rolling over. My stomach growls loudly, ravenously wolf-like, begging for a snack. So I get up, slip on some shorts and flip-flops to go downstairs, pocketing a few quarters as I leave the room. Newberry is always empty after midnight, but I don't feel like taking the elevator. They take too long, so I walk across the hall to the stairwell, very reliable and fast when you live on the second floor. The door closes behind me and the solid thud echoes up and down the 8 floors of stairs. It's eerie how quiet it is afterwards. Not even the usual annoying cheap fluorescent lights buzz. Just the sharp smack of my flip-flops hitting my heels as I make my way to the stairs leading down. I softly climb down the stairs, strangely nervous about being alone. I feel like I'm being watched, so I lean over the side of the railings and look straight up. Nothing. Then straight down. Nothing. I must just be getting paranoid at nothing. So I shake it off as best I could and make it down to the first floor, smiling at the only camera above the door and walking into the door leading to more stairs, which led to the basement. So far, so good. The door is incredibly loud, and the sound rings off the walls for what felt like forever. But there is something else. I listen as hard as I can, but I don't hear it again. It sounds strange, like a wheeze or a shuffle of something. Just another student, I think, to myself, waving off the paranoia, with little effect. My eyes droop heavily and I slowly continue marching down the stairs, ready to eat. I make it to the basement and walk through the small maze of hallways into an open area we affectionately call the man cave, which is nothing much, just a pool table, some ping pong, and of course vending machines. It's dimly lit and empty, save a few couches and those previously mentioned. I walk slowly towards the machines, which stand in a dark area. The shadows seem to twist and stretch. My sleep-deprived brain can't comprehend much, and out of the corner of my eye in the hallway, I see a figure. It's gone now, but it was incredibly tall and dark. I didn't look directly at it because I'm always cautious not to move when in danger. I read The Ranger's Apprentice. I really may seem weird for it, but I follow a lot of the self-patterns presented in it. I mark off this citing as mere sleep deprivation. But my mind is racing. I don't feel hungry anymore, and my hands won't stop shaking. I have no idea why I'm so scared. I just need to get to my room. I grab a few snacks and something to drink and head to the elevator. I don't care how long it takes, I just want to feel safer. So I wait by the laundry room, staring into the obscure room for which I came. Nothing changes save for a few instances of my vision making me believe I see someone peeking in the corner behind the vending machines, peeking at me from near the top. I don't think it's a person. I mean, there's no face after all. It's just the light playing tricks on me, but I can't help but feel upset at the sight of this. It couldn't be real. Maybe I should check it out a little more. Ding! The elevator snaps me out of my terrified stupor, and I board it with my sloppy groceries, pressing the 2 on the pad. As the doors slide together, I look and feel both relieved and worried that the face isn't there anymore, watching me. My nerves are on end as I pace around the dingy little box. It finally stops and I get off. The doors slide together and I get off and begin to head towards my room, pausing as I look and notice it looks different. A few lights have gone out on my end. I realize I think nothing of it, but it still adds to my paranoia as I enter the longer halls. I creep around the corner and look down the hall into the frightening darkness that embraces the end so tightly. At the end, I stop in slight shock and fear as I notice the tall man standing there. He seems to be bald and must be looking down, or his face blurred by my vision, for I left my glasses in my room. Either way, I can't make out anything other than a pale glob on his shoulders. His strangely thin shoulders. I notice as I draw nearer to my door, which is safely away from him, I can't help but feel fear rising in me as I watch him, standing there, watching me. I can't see any eyes, but I feel his gaze. I walk faster to my door. I try to open it, but the door won't open with my key, so I look up, trying to ignore the feeling of his gaze. His horrifying gaze cutting into me. 406, the door read. I must have pressed the wrong button by accident. That's why it looks so different. I look back down the hall and don't see anyone. This doesn't help my stomach at all. I feel even worse now. That man was just there. Or could he have gone now? I rush to the stairs, for they are closer than the elevator, and I don't like standing in this hallway any longer than I need to. The door slams louder than any of the others and makes my ears ring. But the ringing doesn't stop. It just grows louder with each step down. I feel like I'm being watched by that man. I don't know why, but I feel sick just imagining him. I'm panicking. I feel unsafe, like I'm in danger. I pass by the third floor's doorstep and look through the small glass window for a person to talk to, just to get my mind away from this paralyzing fear, or maybe just to seek help. But through the window, I see a man, dressed in black tie, pharaoh-like outfit, with the longest arms I've ever seen, standing there. He's much closer now. I can see his face, or where his face should be. There's nothing. Just a pale white head. No sign of age, wrinkles. The sight of it causes my stomach to lurch and I vomit on the door. The thing makes no response besides just to stand there, as if enjoying my horror, just watching through a window. I tear myself away from the scene as my body feels drawn to this thing. I run down the rest of the stairs, feeling as if I'm safer, puke over the side rail in fear, and I open my eyes to look at how bad my sickness was all over the bottom steps. I see him, staring at me, slowly stepping up the stairs, but his head never moves. His neck just stretches over the side and keeps watching my pain and fear, torturing me. "What?" I scream and throw my food at him. He has no reaction, but the neck draws back under the staircase and he disappears from view. I run onto my floor in utter terror, just wanting to go to bed. And I turn around, and there, only a few steps behind me, he stood, arms outstretched, as if beckoning me to let him hold me. I choke on my vomit as I see his face ripple across and lunge with all my might into my room. I turn the corner and see him, on the far end, staring like an ever-present guardian angel, watching over me in my pains. I vomit again. This time it hurts horribly, and I can see drops of red leak from my lips as I finish. I start to cry. I feel like I'm going to die. I just want to give up. There's no hope. I make it to my door, which was just a few steps away, and open the door. My sound of my roommate's breathing is all to be heard. No more ringing, just breathing. I flip on the light and close my door. My roommate doesn't stir. I close the door and look into the mirror attached to the back. I look insane. My eyes are and tear stuck in suspended animation in my unkempt chin hair. I still don't feel safe as I think I should. I turn around and begin to walk to my bed when I hear a thunk in my closet. I stop moving and stare in horror as a long, pale hand pushes the door open and a tall, thin creature steps out. I turn around, not wanting to look at it, but I can see it in the mirror. I watch it stalk towards me on those tall legs. I watch it stop only inches behind me, and I can feel it slowly close its limbs around me. Then, nothing but silence.